No questions at the moment.
What is your name?
Okay, Jocelyn,
Justin from?
located in Portland.
Oh, Justin, Portland. Welcome, Justin. You are the only student out there?
Well, I am not sure, but I am from home, so I'm not sure if there are any persons at the open campus location.
Justin is way out in Portland. Is it nice to see Justin's face? But Justin feel like, oh, I'm way out in Portland at home by myself, but I'm still a part of this class. Okay. Thank you. Just anybody else, any questions, any concern you may have? Justin, if you're finished talking, just turn off your microphone. It takes some practice, and the face-to-face persons have it easy. They just need to sit and look or to speak. But for you online, it's a lot of click on and off. But when you're through talking, just turn off your microphone. Anybody else want to ask any questions before we move away from the technology side of things and stop boring persons? Anybody else? All right, I don't think any more questions about technology side. Once they're on, they're quite fine. They don't need us much. So
okay, thanks very much for Cynthia James. I know some of you might be saying, I'm sitting this right now, and I'm not so sure that all of that information was relevant to me. It's more relevant to those who are joining virtually. But I think it's important for you to know how the technology functions, and in the event, off case, that you might have to join virtually with permission, you will need to know this. So I wouldn't just discount it as information that is not relevant to me. I'm sure that those in virtual space joining us, you know, they appreciate the time that we took to go through that. I'm going to ask James and Cynthia to make their PowerPoint available for circulation to all, so that, you know, in case you have to check with it to troubleshoot, at least you have a point of reference. And I kept thinking about this program and how at UWI they say that students have to read for their degrees, right? And you have been getting quite a lot of communication from the EMED Online office. Yes. And as we're sending out the communication, I have kept thinking about the fact that students are really reading a lot to get their degrees, right? So please don't mind the reading, but it's imperative that you read through, because information is power, and because we are kind of disaggregated, we're not all in one classroom, we have to keep everyone on the same page. So please read the information that we send out so that you are informed and you can act accordingly. We believe in parity, equity across the board, and that is why we're ensuring that everyone is kept in the loop. All right, so in terms of the technology, we see the Zoom link on those in the face-to-face classroom. There's another black screen here, and immediately above it, there's an instrument, right? A technology something, a tool. And that actually is the Polycom above there. And students from St. Lucia and Western Jamaica campus are likely to be joining your classroom via the Polycom. So when you have your core education course in this room, you will be using both screens, because you'll have students joining on the Polycom there and the Zoom here. Within this classroom as well, the microphone is right here, and it's super sensitive. The whispering and so on, they pick it up in Bermuda and other places. The door, when the door squeaks, they actually hear that. When we pull our chairs, yes, and they're like, when we visited Bermuda and we talked with the team, the Bermudans were saying, like they anticipate when the door is gonna open and they cringe. And you know, when a chair is full, they say, can't that person lift up his or her chair? So those kinds of sensitive matters and hearing considerations or gestures you have to take into account within the classroom. Dr. working with such a large group, and even though this is the third time that we're offering this this program, or yes, to different cohorts, every time there's something new to it. And so it's always like we're adjusting and accommodating. And so you have to work with us now, ladies and gentlemen. We crave your patience that could go better. We welcome your communication about how to improve, because we're very much concerned about your experience. All right, so work along with us, and we want to ensure that you have a good experience in the classroom. When you have your core education course this semester, we're splitting it because of, well, I just noticed something. The sunshine on my face, there's a kind of white on the screen. So maybe those who are overseas won't be seeing my face. I'm stepping out of the sunshine coming in. Right, but in terms of the core education course, you're going to have to learn to work together in harmony in big groups, because even though we have two separate groups, the classes are still going to be big. And that is where you're going to have the most challenge in terms of management and, you know, just being cooperative. So let's see how best we can work together to make it happen. In the smaller specializations, those are the intimate spaces. That's where you'll get to know people inside out and mannerisms, and you'll be amazed at how you know individuals in certain interesting ways as the semester or as the academic year progresses, working in the small groups, right? Most of the small groups you'll be joined via Zoom. So you will also be talking to students in the classroom, but also on the screen. And that comfort will develop. And, you know, trust me when I say that it will happen and you'll come to appreciate it. But I just finally want to say that you are the better off for this kind of experience, guys. You don't know when you'll be calling upon this kind of experience to inform your future. And the mere fact that you're benefiting from conversations and contributions from across the region, from different students, you will actually be more enriched, I think, from being a part of this kind of classroom than someone who is just in a face-to-face classroom doing the program or a course. I think you will have a rewarding, engaging, interesting, and possibly enjoy experience as you go through this semester. For course, a core education course that all of you will be doing this semester. All right, so put on your thinking caps, perk up and listen some more. If you have tuned us out with the technological issues, this note is relevant to you. Dr. Rich.
All right, John spoke about the course being divided into sections. And you have been informed that here on the screen, the course is a 4-credit course. 4 credits. It's the only course you will do with 4 credits. And it says 52 hours. But really, the face-to-face component is 39 hours. But there'll be additional work which you'll have to do outside of the course. That's what you will do online with your reading and your other materials that you have to interact with. And perhaps if you have a group assignment, you might need to spend some time. So that's the rest of the time. But it is a little different from all your other courses, and I'm flagging it because the total program is worth 25 credits, okay? And one course had to be 4 credits, or else we wouldn't make it, okay? So then, I have asked Ms. Mills to send you the course outline. You would have only just got it this afternoon, shortly before you came on. You'd have got it by email. Now, if you are not on her email list, you would not have got it, but I believe that everyone should get it, because I believe everyone here would be on the list. Now, this course is going to be delivered differently from your other courses, because it's so wide in its reach that no one person normally delivers this course. So there are going to be three of us delivering this course. Myself, Dr. McCallum, and Dr. Rebecca Tortello. Now, Dr. McCallum and I are full-time members of staff at the School of Education. But Dr. Tortello is one of our adjunct lecturers who has always been involved in teaching a part of this course. The course as presented here is, as we say, it's an overview of foundations. And there are a range of areas that we look at. We look at some curriculum, we look at some philosophy, we look at sociology, and a little psychology. And that's why it's overview of foundations. Now, we have divided the course up in units, and the units are going to be presented by different persons. I'm going to go down through the units, so you can have a sense of what the units look like. And you would have got a document as well that has, I didn't open this now, but it has this course schedule. All right, so let me just bring those up. But first, let me go down with the units. So the course says it's to introduce participants to contemporary concerns related to the psychology of human behavior, history, sociology of schooling in the Caribbean, and philosophical ideas and thought, which influences and informs teaching, learning, and curriculum. So that's the sort of background. And it targets persons who are entering the business of teaching for the first time. I remember when I started teaching, coming from a natural science background, I had no knowledge of the jargon of education. Perhaps now you would not be as naive as I was then, because at least, certainly with respect to what you hear on the media and various print and other media, you will be familiar. Certainly you know you have a curriculum that you use in your schools, you know about pedagogy. Those words are not perhaps as strange to you as they were to me when I started moving from my natural science background to education. Point I want to make is that for some persons, even the language may be strange. And so this course it is one way to introduce you to this field of education. As you have history, as you have science, as you have geography, so education is a discipline in its own right. And so this course gets you to get a deeper understanding of the discipline of education. What are its components? What are its roots? You know, how do we think as educators? What informs our thinking? Because it's slightly different from what you might have experienced in your base discipline. So this is what this course is about. And as you can imagine, there are a number of expectations. So learning outcomes come next, and these, identify the key outcomes. This is what we expect you to come away from this course knowing, or being able to do, being able to understand. So we're talking about explaining these educational concepts, these key concepts and theories, and the business of being able to examine the theories in a particular way, using the various perspectives, be they psychological, historical, sociological, philosophical. And you're going to find that hereafter, if you continue in the field of education, certainly at the postgraduate level, this is something that you just have to understand and know, because this is really how it is. So we introduce you to some of the theories and we ask you to use them to critically review some aspects of what we're going to be introducing. And you will find that this may be a little bit of a challenge, especially if you're coming from a background that is not an art-based background. So, but don't worry about it. I made it, so can you. Okay, and then after that, we look critically at Schulman's work, and that, and we'll perhaps look at some others as well. But we look critically at the theories presented by Schulman and others, and then we hope at the end, or somewhere there, that you begin to think of your own philosophy of teaching. What is it that I believe about teaching? Who am I as a teacher? And how do my beliefs really impact on what I do in the classroom? And so we try to challenge you to think about your practice, to think about why you do what you do, and to really begin to look at what you do in light of the theories of education. We also ask you to look critically at some of the contemporary issues and challenges related to teaching. And much of this comes from unit 3, I think it is, where Dr. Tortella comes in. And she looks at the sociological aspects of teaching and learning and challenges this aspect. Really asks you to look to see now what are the kind of social behaviors in the classroom that we want to consider, and even how we interact with our students, how the students interact with each other, okay, and the environment as a whole. And what does it say about schooling, how we organize for instruction, that sort of thing. And then finally, we look at the whole business of the moral and ethical principles of being the profession, of the profession of being a professional. What does it mean to say I am a teacher? And I'm not just someone who is a trainer, but I am a teacher. And as a professional, what does that really mean? So that's what this, and there are, usually, in terms of the delivery is both face-to-face, as we have said, and online. And it's primarily lectures, discussion, and presentations. Now, this very large group is certainly going to challenge my own pedagogical skills, because I am going to have, one of the challenges is now to find ways of translating what you would normally do in a face-to-face class only to this online delivery. For example, because you're all together in you have this rich array of disciplines. I first have to think of grouping in terms of, do I do it across the disciplines, within the discipline, across the region? How do I allow for gender variations, experience? All of these is that I'm going to be certainly challenged that. But we will see, one step at a time. We work it out, okay? There are times when you will be presenting, and the question will then be, how do you do this in a context where you have persons other than persons inside the room? Because the course is done as well through seminar presentations, and certainly the first component that I teach, you'll be required to do that. All right? But you'll get it, and there's some online materials that you'll have to interact with. Now, I should have said earlier that because of and let me tell you, it is absolutely no fault of the MED Online office. We really have made every effort not to have any hiccups, to have you all registered, but that has not happened. University of West Indies has still not, the system of starting a program in the second semester is still not a part of their well-oiled machinery. And so it just takes a little more time. So we will have to make arrangements to communicate. Now I understand already that you are familiar, you're aware that you would have to do WhatsApp communication system network. So I expect that within the two groups, someone will take on that responsibility to create the WhatsApp group. All right? So WhatsApp group will have to be created for us to communicate and to be able to share information. Now the two groups will be running the courses at the same time and doing this pretty much the same material. Now I should say that the group on Monday for the first 4 weeks, that's right, will be taught by Dr. McCallum. And the group on Wednesday will be taught by me. We'll be teaching the same section. And Tello will teach her 4 weeks. And she will teach both groups. And this is what we expect. And in the we will switch. And we'll take the group on Mondays. Foundations, what's education, why do we have foundations, etc. And two looks at some of the psychological theories, looking at the learner, we're looking at cognitive psychology, we're looking at multiple intelligence, and how to deal with exceptionalities in the classroom. And then unit 3 now looks at the historical and social context of schooling. Units 1 and 2 will be dealt with by Dr. McCallum and myself. So I will do units 1 and, that's what it's going to do. The historical context, unit 3, is always done by Dr. Tortello. That comes in the second 4 weeks, okay? And units 1 and 2, though it says 1 and 2, will come at the end of the course. And units 4 and 5, that's where we begin. Okay? So we have sort of flipped the course. All right? And we flipped it initially. When we flipped it, it was convenience, and we had to find a way to make it work. And we actually found that it worked very well. So we've decided that, so in other words, you're not the guinea pigs. You've done it this way before. All right? And we found that it worked very well. It just seemed to fit better that way. And so we're going to go that way. So units 4 and 5 is where we're going to start. All right? Now, let us look at this part because I want to spend a little time and explain it. Because I have sent you a document that will perhaps confuse you when you look at this part. That's because I didn't fix it before I sent it. Anyways, let me explain what I mean. Assignments 1 and 2 relates to units 4 and 5. All right? Assignments 1 and 2 relates to my units, the ones that I will teach at Dr. McCallum, the first part, units 4 and 5. All right? Now, the course has embedded within it what we call an e-portfolio. And that e-portfolio is to facilitate this continuous writing in a reflective way on the various aspects of the course. All right? And the e-portfolio, units, assignments 1 and 2, as I have said, relates to units 4 and 5. So the assignment 1 that I have sent you, that says 10%, it's not 10% it's worth. That is worth 20%. Just an error on the assignment sheet itself. All right, you'll be sent it, but I will send it again with the correct percentage. So don't worry about it. So I just want for you to know that the 2 assignments of there are the ones that I will respond for the first 4 weeks, and Dr. McCallum for the first 4 weeks for the Monday group. Don't worry about that. That's it. I'll send you the percentage again. That's, the structure remains, but the weighting is what it needs to change. I should have changed it. All right? So that's worth between 1 and 2. That's what? 40%? Okay. Now, the in-class written test comes at the end. You're going to do it at the end. And it's usually a multiple choice test with some short answer questions. And that is worth 20%. Okay? And it's based on units 1, 2, and 3. All right? Units 1, 2, and 3. That's the in-course test. So you're now get the in-class test doesn't relate to units 4 and 5. But the course structure will show it. You'll use accuracy. The e-portfolio, the other two, there are 2 other entries for the e-portfolio. One from Dr. Tortella's section from unit 3, and one from units 1 and 2, where you have to do your personal philosophy. So that's the way the course is structured. All right? So the assignment, the breakdown remains. That's how it is. That doesn't change. But I need to make a slight adjustment to this on stage. Someone saying something? All right. Can you? No? Mm-hmm. Okay. You are speaking. Okay. Someone was saying something just now. I'm not quite sure who. Can you say, please? Can you repeat it now for me? Melissa? Is it too much for you to text it? You're breaking up, Melissa. Can you send me a text message?
In the chat.
In the chat. Find the chat and see if you can just send a text message for me.
We are having problems here.
Okay.
James, this is recorded, isn't it? Right. So they'll be able to listen at a later date to catch what they might have missed.
Or can you just let them know for me, please? That's recorded. I still need when I speak to them and they're not hearing me.
Also,
Oh, well, I'm very happy that you're able to see what is there because at least you're in touch. Okay, fine. So that's the course assignment. Now there's some readings there. Now we had already established that you would get materials either by email, and we will also set up, I think it's either a Google group or a Dropbox for materials to be deposited for you. Question?
Just recap, you were saying that the e-portfolio would be a part of, could you repeat the units?
Yes, units 1 to 3. So there'll be one entry from Dr. McCallum's portion and one from Dr. Tortello's portion. That will be it. All right? So then, those materials will be put in that Dropbox or Google group, whatever it is that we finally establish. When you're all registered and you have access to ORVLE, that is the likely place that those materials will then be put. But until that happens, we have to find an alternative place for you to put your materials, okay? But I have already sent you by email, or had sent to you by email, the course outline. You've also got the assessment for the first section that you will do, albeit I will make sure you have the right percentage weighting for both parts. And you have some readings, and you also have something which is called a scope and sequence, which is color coded, and it gives you information as to the different components of the course, who will teach what readings you have for each week, etc. You have that. I have sent you some PDF files that have most of the readings from my section. Okay? When you look at Dr. Tortello's section, you will find a number of URL addresses for you to find that will link you to those readings. And by the time we come to the end of the course, you will get the remaining readings from Dr. McCallum's section of the course. Now that's just some of the readings, meaning the main ones, but there are many other things that you perhaps will be able to access online, and those will come as we go along. But we have sort of front-loaded you with some things so you can begin to look at the course and begin to think about it. All right. Now, with respect to the course delivery, and go back to the assessment, that seminar presentation, I have indicated that you'll be divided into groups and that you'll be doing a PowerPoint presentation, but you're going to voice it over and then you're going to submit it. And then we will have those presented in class. In other words, I don't think that I want to trust the technology of you doing the presentations live. My experience has been that sometimes many things can happen. So we're going to try. Yes? I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you. Somebody trying to say something? In the chat? All right. So that's what we're going to do. So if you have a challenge with voicing over a PowerPoint slide, that's a skill you perhaps need to go and Google and figure out how to do that.
really easy. I just turned it on, so I'm sure we can do it. Okay. It really, really, really is easier than you would ever think. So don't worry about it. Something that you can do. And you just need to rehearse it and then get it up. It makes it easier for us to have a presentation so we can all see the presentations and hear and not have to be pausing and stopping and wondering what's next. And the section of the course that you're going to make your presentations on is a section that we all need to learn. So we will be able to use that resource for instruction. All right, but that's coming towards the end. Now, there's a week, when you look at your schedule, that week of Easter, that week when we have Easter Monday, that's the 28th, I think. We will not have classes during that week because a number of countries have a holiday at that time. So what we have done is we have taken a break from teaching, but during that week, you are required to watch a film, and I think an assignment for me is due shortly around the corner, and some such things. So it's a break to allow you to catch up and prepare. And then the final week for me will be the week after that. You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Good Friday, the week before December, is a holiday for us. So always classes for those who live on Friday.
Well, I can only speak for this course right now. The science ed course, I'll deal with that when I come to it on Friday. All right? But for this course, one public holiday, Easter Monday, falls on one of the 2 days that you will have this course. Because you have Monday, Wednesday. And so as not to allow one group to go ahead of the other group, what we have done is we have suspended classes for that week. And during that time when you will have your class, you're required to do some work. And as I've said, there's a film for you to see, there are some readings for you to do and to react to, there is some assignment due somewhere around there. So you should really use the time wisely. And then we complete the presentation. And you're preparing for your presentation. Okay? So you will be doing group work across the Caribbean. Because I'm going to link you as far as I can across. So you don't just link across. And then we will work from there. All right? I suspect that what will happen is that within your subject groups, you will form groups. So, for example, you'll have a group for science, and you'll get to know the person in science. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to organize you by subject groups so that you can meet with your counterparts across. That way, I think you'll be able to we'll work well like that. All right? So pretty much that's what I want to say about the assignment, how the course is going to be structured. You do have the readings for the first course, so you need to go on and look. I've sent them to you already. And pretty much that's this for here. All right. Until I'm finished. Yes. No, hang on. All right. I want to just say one more thing, and going back into the option coordinators now. And someone had asked, before I go to option coordinators, someone had asked earlier about you mentioned about the kinds of things that can be disturbing. Remember last summer, I was using my headphones teaching one of my courses, and I had earrings on. And apparently, the earrings kept on hitting against the headphones and was creating no ends of stress for the other students on the other side. So even little things like that, you have to just watch it, because sometimes you don't even know where the sound is coming from. So if your mic is not muted, then it becomes a big thing if you have that thing. But my earring was creating serious stress for the students on the other side. It was hitting against the headphone. I thought I'd share that. Now for the option coordinators, as I have said, for science education, that's me. For math education, it's Dr. Camelo Boudou. For Geography, Social Studies, that is Mrs. Belita Davis Morrison. For IT, that's Dr. Daley Morris. History, Dr. Diana McCallum, who you meet in this course. English, Dr. Yewande Lewis Folcom. She's the first person.
She introduced herself on Monday to the group.
Okay, fine. And modern languages is Mr. Shane Haynes Brown, who will anchor that group for us. All right? So these are the persons. We'll make sure you have their contact information. And for each course, we need to have a time when you can meet us, meaning you can get to us if you want to have a conversation, be it WhatsApp or other times. And we'll have to set that up. When I see you next week, we'll set a time when that's convenient for my Wednesday group, and I suspect Dr. McCann will do the same thing for her Monday group. Meaning that you know how to communicate. If you have a challenge with something, then that's a good time that you should be available. In other words, we have office hours. Okay? So you can get to us at those times. Are there any questions that you want to ask? Any concerns? Crystal clear. It would really be nice to get to know some of you, to get a chance to hear who you are. I would like to start with my colleagues in Eastern Caribbean and elsewhere, because I've been seeing all of your faces here, and it would be good for us to get to at least hear who they are. Yes, let's go. I want you to just tell me who you are, and perhaps just where you teach and what you teach. I guess I should point.
Where you started with first.
All right, top right. Top right. Who's that? Natasha? Yes, Natasha? Can you hear me, Natasha? Hello, Natasha.
I'll try Simone.
All right, Simone. I'm sure Simone is hearing because she's just dying with laughter. Simone.
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Simone, why I'm not hearing you now?
I got it. Thank you.
Okay, no, tell me who you, just introduce yourself and your subject, where you are from and your subject.
Hi, I'm Natasha from Dominica.
Okay.
I'm doing English.
Okay, thank you, Natasha.
Welcome.
Simone?
Simone Thomas, biology.
Yes. And where are you from?
Originally from Jamaica, now teaching in Montserrat.
Okay, Simone. All right. And next is Jason.
Hi, Jason Patterson. I teach geography, social studies. I teach at secondary school.
Sorry, I didn't get the secondary school.
Montserrat Secondary School.
Montserrat, okay. All right. Wesley?
Hi, how are you doing? My name is Wesley. I'm from Bermuda. I'm in new school right now. I'm actually between careers, but I'm here to learn, grab from my colleagues. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you, Wesley.
Thank you.
All right. Tony? Tony Allen? Allen isn't hearing me. Okay, let's go. Tariq Summer.
Sorry.
Yes, good.
Yes. Sorry, I'm here. Tony Allen.
All right, hang on a sec, Tony. Go ahead, Tariq.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Tariq Sumner from Bermuda. I'm currently a paraeducator at a local high school.
Okay, thanks, Tariq. And now, Tony Allen.
Yes, hi, I'm Tony Allen, and a teacher at the Montserrat Secondary School.
Okay, thanks, Tony. What's your specialization, Tony? What do you teach?
Pardon?
What do you teach?
Oh, sorry, Spanish.
Excellent. All right, thank you. Ronald? Ronald?
That's Roland from Dominica. I teach maths.
I'm sorry, Roland. Oh, it's Roland. No, I see Ronald there.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a mic.
Okay, Ronald doesn't have a mic. Okay, but you have a Roland from Dominica?
Dominica, maths.
Okay, Roden?
Roland.
No, sorry. No, I'm sorry, Roland. I know that you are Roland. But there are many other names that sound like yours. So we have a Roland, we have a Romain, we have a Ronald, and we have a Roden. I'm now calling on Roden.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I am Bernard Roden from Jamaica, of course, and I am a secondary mathematics coach with the Ministry of Education.
Okay, so it's Bernard Roden and not Roden.
Right.
Excellent. Okay, Ronald, do you now have a mic? Can you hear me, Ronald?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me now?
Excellent, yes.
All right. My name is Ronald Smith from Bermuda. I teach design and technology at a local middle school.
Okay, thank you, Ronald. And Romain Thomas?
Romain Thomas from Jamaica, secondary mathematics coach with the Ministry of Education.
Thank you, Romain.
You're welcome.
Shanta? Shanto?
Good evening.
Yes.
I teach at the Montserrat Secondary School. I teach history.
Thank you, Shanta. Denise?
Good night, everybody. I am Denise Silcott. I teach French at the Montreal Secondary School.
Welcome, Denise. Karen Goldburn. Karen.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Karen Goldburn.
Yes. Good to see you.
Jamaica. Pardon?
Good to see your face.
Oh, I guess the next time around.
Yes, okay.
I'm actually in transition from admin assistant to math.
Okay, okay, Karen.
Okay.
Thank you. Eldridge? Eldridge?
Hi, I'm Eldridge Xavier. I teach geography at the Convent High School, Dominica.
Okay, thank you, Eldridge. Eldridge teaches geography. Somebody who calls himself, oh no, sorry, it's Jamelia.
Hi, good evening.
Jamila.
Jamila.
Sorry?
I am Jamila.
Jamila.
I teach integrated science at the Montserrat Secondary School.
Good to have you. Jamila?
Yes, thank you.
Let's see. That's everybody. Anastasio?
Oh, she has no mic.
Anastasia has no mic. Okay.
All right, let's see who else is here.
Everybody Melissa. Yes. Is that everybody? Jocelyn?
Hi, everybody.
Jocelyn here. Realize I was almost forgotten. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Jocelyn.
Yes, I'm Jocelyn. From Portland. I teach physics at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education.
Okay, thank you, Jocelyn. Good to have you. All right, I think
Thank you.
we have everybody online. Have we missed anybody? I believe that's everybody. We have time now we have time to introduce ourselves in this room now. And just to say,
there's St. Lucia here.
Western Jamaica isn't here.
I'm not sure who is this one here, if it's Western Jamaica by administrator.
Okay, there's nobody there.
Yeah, so you can answer.
Is there anybody there? Administrator?
Yeah, see, he's coming.
Here.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you say who you are?
I'm Henry Small.
Yes.
Yes, I'm teaching at Holland High School.
Yes. Excellent. So you're the only person there at W.
No, there's another person here.
There's also Harrington Fraser.
Harrington Fraser.
And I am specializing in mathematics, actually changing career.
Oh, okay. What do you teach, Henry?
Oh, physics and chemistry.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to ask you all in this room to just at the back there, and then we'll come up like this, and then we'll go on the other side.
I'm Shanice Tignell, and I'm specializing in biology.
Okay, now, I don't know if they can see her. The person or should we? They'll have to come up?
Oh, you want me to turn it down?
Yeah.
No, that's it.
It's just so that they would be able to see them. They can't see them. All right. It's going to take a turn for them to come up. Then we'll turn the mic, turn the camera. Come again, my darling.
I'm Shanice Tyndale, and I'm specializing in biology.
Thank you, Shanice.
My name is Camille Jones, and I'm specializing in
Thanks, Kareem.
I'm Ryan Watts, and I'm specializing in science.
Ryan.
I'm specializing in science.
Tamika? Yeah.
One of our brands, Super JB, specialized in math.
Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Janice Jones, and I'm specializing in English language.
Hello, my name is Monique McLaughlin, and I'm specializing in biology.
Good day, everyone. My name is Donald Burrell, and I teach mathematics.
Hi, good day, everyone. I'm Shanice Smith, and I'm specializing in mathematics.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Caroline White, and I'm specializing in English language. Hi, everyone. I'm Shauna Hamilton, specializing in science.
I'm Michelle Wilson, specializing in computer and math.
Well, hi, everybody. Sean Hazelcrutch, social studies geography. Hi, everyone. My name is Chantal Thompson, and I'm specializing in modern language.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tony Andopoulos, and I'm specializing in modern language.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kimberly Barrows, and I'm specializing in science. I'm Lauren, and I teach English language.
My name is Nardi Williams, and I teach Latin.
Good evening, my name is Paul Codner.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Brown Robertson, specialization in history. Good evening again, Adrian Jackson, and I'll be specializing in science.
Good evening, my name is Alex Burrell, specializing in maths.
Excellent. We'll have two girls in maths. You're going to be quite confused. All right. Okay, so pretty much that's what I wanted to say today. I didn't plan to keep you for the good time because the groups are divided and makes sense. So pretty much that's it. I want to just thank you for coming, and I will see the science students on Dr. Bramwell later will teach the course. I will just drop in, get a sense of everybody. And so I'll see you on Friday, and then I'll see the rest of you as a group on Wednesday of next week.
Yeah, before you go, just in terms of in-house matters, James, if there's anything here that you need clarity on, I think we've touched on all the areas, but if there's anything that you need clarity on, now is the time to just ask your questions. This is the time to talk. We've touched on them, so if there's anything that you want us to go into more detail, we have touched on them in terms of speaking briefly, or we have said communication, covering that. But if there's anything you want. Registration? Okay. So Dr. Renford explained that U is well-oiled machinery. It's not yet accommodating programs that begin in the second semester, or even programs like ours, which is a blended program, right? Our program is a blended program. And because of that, there has been a kind of delay in the processing of the application. And some of the delay might have to do with some of you as well, where your documents might not have all come in on time. So if you're out there and you know that you still have outstanding documents for your application to be finally processed, you need to get those documents to us very quickly so that we can try and wrap up the process. Once you have gotten once the documents are in and your application has been fully reviewed, automatically the Office of Grad Studies will send you your acceptance letter. And there's a window within which you need to accept the offer. Because if you don't go back on the system and accept the offer, then you have to write notes to us, asking us to ask Grad Studies to accept the offer on your behalf. So I'm asking if you could just please check your email, the one that you put in when you applied for the program. Check it regularly to look out for your acceptance letter. All right? Once you get that and you accept, then your ID number will become activated. Once your ID number is activated, then you can make your payment for your tuition. And at that time, we will also begin the process of getting you registered. I think because of the timeline within which you are being processed, we'll have to register you en bloc. It's very possible that we'll have to do it as one group. But if that's not the case, we will prompt you and also give you a window within which you have to now go onto the system and register for your 2 courses. But don't be disheartened, don't worry. We're going to keep you in the loop of the communication and you'll know when and how to proceed. Yes, question?
Yes, will it be the same ID number that we had in the
Hopefully. When you applied on the system, if your first degree was from UWI, and if when you applied, you plugged in that ID number, that's the same ID number you will have. But you do have some people who forget about the fact that they were US students initially, and they put in a different ID number. So our challenge in the MED Online office now is how to merge those two, and that takes a little process. So hopefully you use your old one. Students from the other UE campuses, I think I'm not sure if you will keep your St. Augustine or Caven or open campus ID number, but Grad Studies will decide on that and let you know in your offer letter.
So if
1 second.
all lectures will be this group?
No, we circulated a timetable saying exactly where your lectures will be. For the core education course, which will be on Monday and Wednesday, this is the location. For those of you who have the SBUS room, it's just through this door. So you enter from another door on the outside. This room here is the SBUS room. We also have the blue room, and the blue room is actually over on the other side of the School of Education. This is still the School of Education, but it's the building across here, just near to the director's office, all right? And there's an entrance right there. Those of you know the SR rooms, SLT 1 and 2.
In that general area.
Right, in that area, near to the Modern Foreign Languages lab. Right there. And then we have the JBT room, JBTE, Joint Board of Teacher Education. For those who are doing geography on a Monday, that's where you're going to be. And that's literally near to Irving Hall, over on the other side of campus. All right, so that's where the locations are. Any other questions? Any other questions?
Question.
Sorry? The payment.
I have a question.
Okay, I'm going to come to you very shortly. There's a question about payment option. Again, because you're starting after the other programs, we will have to inform bursary when they can open up the system again for you to request a payment option. And you will have, again, a small window within which to make that application or request to benefit from the payment option. But we will inform you of that. And what exactly is the payment option? It's where you can pay fully for the session, or you can pay per month within the session. So you do have that kind of payment plan to cover your fees. In terms of tuition fees, the Jamaican students, you're paying the rate that the regular, very close to the rate that the face-to-face students here at the Mona campus or Western Jamaica campus would pay. And the overseas students, they're paying a different rate. And that amount was circulated, the different rates, that was circulated in the communication center. Right. Any other questions? Okay, question from our colleagues virtually. Who is it?
I have a question.
Yes.
May I repeat? Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you. Go right ahead.
Okay, thank you. On the agenda for today, there was something called internship practicum support seminars. Was something said because you were chipping in and out, so I don't know if I missed that.
Actually, thanks for reminding us of that. We didn't get a chance to cover the practicum at all, but because of you've been sitting for close to 3 hours, I don't think we're going to discuss the practicum here this afternoon, if that's okay, Dr. Rainford. We are going to work it in another core. When you meet as a core, I will probably try and steal some minutes from Dr. Rainford's class to give you a little bit more about the practicum. But definitely you have a workshop in the summer preparing you for the practicum experience before you go out there. So more details, more information will be provided via the workshop to prepare you to go out to do the practicum, all right? But I will steal some time and just do a general overview quickly of the practicum experience. That's in the last semester of the program from September to December. That's when you do your practicum experience. All right, and we set up the arrangements for you. Those of you who are currently teaching at a school, that is where you will do your practicum. Those of you who are not yet teaching, we will link you with a school. If you have a preference for a school, you can let us know, and we will try and facilitate that arrangement. But we, make sure that all is settled before you commence the practicum experience. Other questions? All right, so no other questions. Thank you very much for being such a dedicated audience. I know it was a lot asking you to sit for close to 3 hours, but we appreciate your patience and time. All right, so tomorrow, for the specializations, we will turn up for class tomorrow. Geography, modern foreign languages, and math. And then Friday, it will be science in the blue room. Science in the blue room. I think just for this week, the modern
languages in the blue room.
Okay, modern languages blue room. Who is next door here?
This is something different. This is it's correct.
No, this is a good one. I just want to clarify. All right, so for Thursday, the computer lab, right here, it will be math. Math persons will meet here in the computer lab. Modern foreign languages, you will meet in the new conference blue room on Thursday. And the geography people, only for this week, you're going to be meeting next door here. But come next week, you're going to use the JVT. All right, so you're all on this side of the world this week. And then on Friday, the science people you will meet in the blue room. All right, thanks.
Hi.
Yes, go ahead, St. Lucia.
Hi, we're from St. Lucia.
Yes.
We never got to introduce ourselves.
Oh, true. Go right ahead, please.
Hi, I'm Desma. I teach at a primary school in St. Lucia, Camille Henry Primary School.
Hi, I'm Chanel Joseph. I teach at a secondary school, Sarah Simmons Secondary School, specialize in science.
I am Shine Mayers. I teach at St. Mary's College. I teach chemistry and biology, specializing in science.
I'm Darlene Aniers. I teach at St. Mary's College as well, and I teach Spanish and French.
Anita Lucian, history teacher, Sir Iris Simmons.
Peter Philip, I teach at the SD Academy, chemistry and math in mathematics.
Candace Reynolds Wells, I teach at the St. Lucia SDA Academy. I teach food and nutrition, home economics, and integrated science. Specialization science.
Shavana Francis, specializing in modern languages.
Hi, I'm Sherian Gajada, teacher at a secondary school, specializing in information technology.
Hi, Leona Melius, teacher at the Sarah Simmons Secondary School, specialization in mathematics.
Thank you, St. Lucia.
Thanks, St. Lucia. And we forgot one person from Trinidad. Is she
Galaxy
there?
6 Edge. This person here, Galaxy 6.
Is that
Edge 6?
I'm not sure. The person from Trinidad, are you there? No. Betty, I think it's Betty Brown. No.
There's somebody, here's somebody.
Me. Hi, everybody. I know you can't see me too well. My name is Danielle Coffey.
Yes.
I teach geography at a convent school in Dominica.
Yes.
So, hi, nice to meet everybody.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I said that already. I was kind of sneaking in on Mr. Xavier's page, so I was just waiting at everybody. Okay, bye.
Can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
It says Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. That's what it says. That's the phone. Okay, so you're smiling now. Tell us who you are.
I'm Cassandra Nisbet.
Didn't get that?
Cassandra Nisbet.
Oh, Cassandra. Okay.
And Cassandra.
Hello.
Where are you?
Jamaica.
Yes. Exactly where are you?
I'm actually at work.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
right.
all right.
Politics of it all.
All right, all right.
Thanks a lot, Cassandra. All right, guys, thank you so very much for joining. Good meeting you, and safe travel home for those of you who
have to travel.
All right, and just to ensure that you're sustained before you get home so that you don't drop down, Jamaican students, we have sandwiches at the back. Please just help yourself, move around, socialize if you need to. Those who are at home or at work, they might have access to dinner and other things. So, yes. All right, guys. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
There's a restroom here if anyone needs to. People, those language,
that door is closed. On the lab test. No? That's what the lab test opened up first. Go. That's been a very long day.
Welcome.
Yes, okay, yes, course, you're correct.
Okay, so there's Monday and Thursday.
Yes, Mondays for the math and science.
And Thursday for everybody.
Yeah.
We have 2 lines here. Thanks, Marcel.
I'm just saving the PowerPoints onto my jump drive so we can send it to you because I don't have that like that. No, that's not mine.
Okay.
That must be mine. All right, so I should just call it.
Oh, you
type the
said
PowerPoint.
this is whose?
This is Jennifer.
Is there any face-to-face person who didn't write his or her name on the register? I think my lady here.
All right. Chantal, this jump drive is yours, is it?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
Danny, I'm doing shut down the Zoom. So stop recording first.